After unfollowing Kendrick, DeMar Rosen, LeBron James, and others, Drake gives cryptic speech about fake friends who have stabbed him in the back.
Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing about nostalgia. One thing about nostalgia this party here. My real friends are definitely in the building. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to come to a point in life where people you thought were friends, or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up, they might try to move funny with you, they might stab you in the back, they might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization, wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes, you know what? Let's play something.
What up, where's your boy Challz? Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. I appreciate you, gang. Listen, what in God's name made Drake think these guys was his friends in the first place? One thing you learn when you're in hip hop and you're a rapper and you've been doing this rap stuff for a while, especially as long as Drake has been doing hip hop, you go back to Q-Tip's rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. Listen, this is the record business. This is the music business. It's the entertainment business. I don't know why Drake thought these people were his friends in the first place. Drake says they could stab you in the back. They could turn on you. You're out here by yourself. Drake sounds really, really hurt. And let's just be honest, Drake, we get why you're hurt, but at the same time, you shouldn't be this hurt. Not this far after this battle's over. I think a lot of this has to do with Drake not being in the position he was in no more. I think if Drake had dropped a record that went #1, he wouldn't even be caring about these fake friends and this and that. It took you this long to drop Kendrick Lamar. It took you this long to drop DeMar Rosen. It took you this long to drop Rick Ross, right? So allegedly Drake dropped, let me see, Kendrick, Rick Ross, Joe Budden, Diddy, DeMar Rosen, Playboi Cardi, and quite a few people that he probably should have been dropped. Still has Future, by the way. So I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know why he still has Future. Maybe he's not as mad as Future. I don't know, but it's the rap industry, right? Some of these guys are going to float as the wind flows. This is my thing. You got to really, really, for me to unfollow you, we got to really have odds, like online clashes. It got to be really, really bad. All that unfollowing is weird, right? The simple fact, I believe that this new era, they use unfollowing as their feelings, right? If they're mad at you or they are upset with something you did or said, we're going to unfollow each other. Like, oh, I'm going to unfollow you, right? It's kind of crazy that Drake is just, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Everybody he's named has had a side affiliation with somebody he's had an issue with anyway, right? I feel like Drake is a fan in hip-hop, and he collects all these relationships as a fan would collect autographs and memorabilia, right? And then when they turn out to not be who he thought they were, now it's a problem, right? Or they have these issues where he's trying to do something to get him back, or all these little petty things come into play, because every one of these guys that he unfollowed has something that he's done to them in their mind. So it's like they're all playing these little middle school games with each other. And the one way to show the world that I'm all set with the middle school games, I'm going to unfollow. That has never been an issue with anybody's life that has been unfollowed, right? I just got blocked by DJ Vlad for some strange reason. I don't even know why. I did do a video on Vlad about what he did with that black college professor, but I have no idea if Vlad saw it or not. Vlad blocked me from his Twitter. I don't even know why. But my life is not going to stop. I'm still going to do what I'm doing, right? I don't know what this means. I get it that you're unfollowing Joe Budden, but you're just now unfollowing Joe Budden. Joe Budden made 4 diss records about you probably, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago? Maybe even longer. Joe Budden straight out dissed Drake. Why are you still following him anyway? And then you make this long cryptic speech about, to me it's long, because you made a whole speech about fake friends, da-da-da. And then you play Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce, which is wilder, right? Me, Myself, and I, like dead ass, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I don't know what part of this we supposed to take serious as this rapper who can't be stopped and can't be touched. First of all, to be this rapper you're trying to be, to even battle Kendrick, and let's not forget, you could say Kendrick started it with the control verse, but no, you started it when you got upset about the control verse. and wouldn't let it go for 10 years. That was the start of the battle. A rapper saying he's trying to murder other rappers on a track, should a rapper supposed to say that? But by you holding a grudge against it for 10 years, that's where we got this battle from. So he didn't start anything. He said what he said. You're supposed to take it, hash it out right there, right? When the control verse dropped, you're supposed to go at him right there or leave it alone. Not take little digs for 10 years, right? So we're at a place where we're supposed to believe Drake is the #1 rapper in the world, like toughest, roughest. Like when it comes to bars, you can't outspit me. I should be on that Mount Rushmore. Why? Right? It's like why we putting a guy that's this emotional, this destroyed over one battle? Like it to me, I'm just being honest. I don't understand how, and I get it. Who wants to lose a battle, right? And especially in this fashion, in front of the whole world, like people in Beijing are like, that guy lost, like dead ass. So I understand, but at the same time, let's move on, bro. And I do believe that these records not going #1 is the reason we still getting these cryptic posts and these weird memes and round 2 and all this stuff is coming. Still talking about it months after the battle is over. Where the round 2 at? I don't know. But if the round 2 shouldn't come, let's just be honest. No one wants to see that. The round 2 gonna be messy. You're gonna be trying to dig even deeper and get more dirt and just say nonsense. Just move on, bro. You're unfollowing people. You're giving speeches, motivational speeches, right? I'm 10 toes down, all this stuff, nonsense, right? I feel like we're watching, like Kendrick said, a man is spiraling, but he has everything in the world. You got everything in the world. You got a basketball court inside your house. Most of us got to go to the court. We got to walk to the court. And we got to play with other guys we don't know. You got a basketball court in your house, bro. You got a basketball court in your house. There's nothing to be sad about. There's nothing to cry about. You still got girls that's going to come there whenever you want. You're going to fly them in, fly them out. They got flued in, flued out, right? What are we talking about? Why? First of all, I would not unfollow these guys because the simple fact of the matter, I want them to see what I got going on when my stuff start popping, right? That's just me. Maybe that's weird, right? Or maybe I want to see the sneak attack. I want to see all the little slick disses. Yeah, you can mute the page where you don't see their stuff. Yada, I get it. But to unfollow is telling the world I'm all set with this guy. And at the end of the day, they was never your friends, dog. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're industry people that you met. People you met in the industry after you've already blown up. The odds of them being real friends, right, is going to be very, very difficult and tough to actually discern that that's a real friend, right? You thought Rick Ross was a real friend, right? And nothing against Rick Ross, but let's just be honest. You guys only have a work relationship. That's like going to work and being like, oh, my friend, like these are work relationships. You know what happens when you leave a job? Everybody else stays there and keeps working. They talk about you for a week and then they move on. Then you're not there anymore. That's not a friend. If you can leave a space and they don't need you anymore and they move on without you, you're not a friend. If I can unfollow you or block you and I never hear from you again, we were never friends. That's just what it is. You're looking for people that's in your workspace that you've done a couple records with. You're looking for loyalty. They're not loyal to you, bro. They're just opportunists. Every single feature is an opportunity. Let's just get that straight. When you see somebody featuring, that's not a friend, right? We may have a good relationship. We may be cool, but you've seen whole groups break up and don't speak again for 20 years, right? You can sit here and name 20, 30 hip-hop groups that beefed and broke up, maybe got back together, but at one point they was not speaking. They was not cool. They've come out with diss records, right? I don't got to tell you how many people dissed each other, right? Next thing you know, oh, that guy's a sucker, da-da-da. Behind the scenes, he did this, da-da-da. Because they were work friends, right? And let's be honest, even real friends will have their moments and break up and whatever, right? So this whole thing about people will stab you in the back, like it's really, really, to me, bro, yes. And I don't know who you're trying to appeal with that, but that's true. People will stab you in the back, and those words are very poignant. But the reason you're spitting them is because you're having problems with fake friends, like the industry friends that never were your friends in the first place. For you to be feeling like this about industry people is wild to me, right? This stuff comes and goes. These people are using the opportunity to have you on a track to keep in the same, and vice versa. You're doing the same thing to keep yourself relevant. This is all business, bro. I don't know how you thought This whole thing was these guys were my friends, right? And yes, some of them did get really, like, Rick Ross got pretty disrespectful. But he's known to do that. And you got to learn to pick and choose that better as well. You got to understand some of these people are only with you for what you can do. And some of these people do not like you. You got to know that going in. You can't go in with these eyes wide shut that everybody loves me and they all are partying with me and smoking hookah with me because they love me. They love my house. No, some of these guys are only there because of what you can do for them. You have to know that. And the minute that your flag starts to fall and your star starts to dim, they looking for the next star to jump on, bro. You have to know that. You can't think all these guys was your friends. There was no way. So that whole long soliloquy about fake friends and you're on your own, you should have known that before you picked up this microphone. You're on your own with everything. Yes, you're going to make connections. People in your life for seasons. You're going to make a connection here, connection there. Look at all the connections this guy is having. They all disintegrating. There's something wrong. There's a common denominator in there. Something is wrong with that. With all of these people falling back on you to whatever degree, and you're being upset about it, all of it is weird. You should be able to see these things coming. Some of these people, you can see them a mile away, that they're not solid like that. So you're counting people that's not solid as friends. I don't know how bad you need these people. Maybe you needed them so bad that you wanted them to be friends. But let's just be honest. Them people that you unfollowed on that was never your friend. Who you thought, Joe Budden was your friend? That's what you thought? Right? Let's just be honest. DeRose was your friend? Like, that's a guy that was playing basketball in your city. When he left that city, all of the bets was off because you saw him on stage with Kendrick. It ain't friendship, bro. These are called acquaintances. These are business relationships. I don't know why you would be posting or making speeches about these guys who clearly have no loyalty to you, right? So just like everything else in life, just move forward. Make new alliances, but keep them people at a distance as well. I'm not telling you to block your heart off and da-da-da. Do what makes you feel right, but let's not have no more of these soliloquies where you're calling out fake friends and da-da-da-da. And maybe it's some people behind the scenes that we don't even know who he's talking about. Maybe he's not talking about none of these guys, and he's talking about some people really in his circle, right? Maybe he found out who the mole is. I don't know. Let me know what you think. CLBMG, get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did Drake really underestimate or overestimate this friendship thing? Or is this just another ploy to gain sympathy and pity for himself? Let me know what you think. CLBMG, hit me up on all social platforms. Follow us. We got the What Show every Wednesday night, 9:15. That show's blowing up. We getting a lot of views. The channel, the other channel, go subscribe to THA What Show, the What Show. It's crazy. We're getting really good at what we do over there. Go check that channel out. We got the Old Heads Only channel where we only talk about old school stuff. Old Heads Only with a Z. We talk about what is a classic hip hop album. We talk about when is it too old to rap. That's another whole different podcast channel. Go check that out. And always, CLBMG Network. We here, baby. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.